Hey y'all, Editing Ray popping in with a quick top note before we start today's episode. You'll find out in the show that we're recording remotely for the first time from two separate locations, and with first times comes first challenges. With that being said, the first 5 or 6 minutes of my audio are hella rough in the opening segment. If it's too tough to write out, skip ahead to the review segment by clicking on the timestamps listed in the description box. All right, let's start the show. It's movie day. I'm Ray Love Jr.
And I'm Tre'vell Anderson.
And we are Seated, the blackest show about movies.
Yes, today we are going up to yonder, apparently, to discuss the movie Eternity. This is one of the ones you were looking forward to, Ray.
Yes, it's the last one in our fall movie slate from our fall movie preview episode, and it's been an interesting season, to say the least.
It has been an interesting season. I will agree with that. Should we address the fact that we look a little different?
Yes. So we are now moving into, I guess, our remote era because we are entering the holidays, and I always go home for what I call my winter sabbatical here in Miami. Mm-hmm. So we're in our home.
Yes.
I'm home in Miami at Carroll City to be exact, at Grandma's house, and Tre'vell is in their iconic home with the beautiful backdrop.
Iconic is crazy. But yes, so we will be recording virtually for the next few weeks until the top of the new year. And so y'all get to see a little bit of what's going on. Well, you're going to see these curtains behind me, but you get to see a little personality perhaps in a different kind of way. But okay, for this day's show, we have some fresh outs, or a fresh out for this episode.
I guess what you're saying, a fresh out, means that you ain't seen nothing else.
No, but I seen this one that you also saw.
Fair. It's a holiday, and I can't expect people to be seeing multiple movies like myself. I am obsessive in many ways, but yeah. So my fresh out this week is actually a movie called Rebuilding. Have you heard of this one?
I have. I've actually seen this. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Oh, so you have thoughts on this as well. Fabulous.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
I went to see this actually on my birthday, which was this past Sunday. And the only reason I chose this movie, to be honest, if I'm being 100% honest, is because it was one of the movies I knew I wouldn't be able to see back home because, it was one of those LA, New York releases. And I was like, let me choose a movie that I can only see here so that I don't feel like I missed out on something. And let's just say I wish it was something else. A little bit about the movie. It's directed by Max Walker-Silverman, and it stars Josh O'Connor, who I know from Challengers. That was the first time I paid attention to him as an actor. What about you?
Yeah, listen, all the white people look alike, and their names, go into one, if I'm being the most honest. So I can't even tell you. You mentioned you about to mention Challengers, right? You mentioned Challengers, so I remember that. I saw that. Everybody saw that. What else I know him from? I can't tell you. This is actually his third movie in theaters this year alone. Yeah, he's been busy.
It's wild, but he's not as oversaturated in the way that Pedro Pascal has been, where he's been everywhere and people are kind of getting aggravated with seeing him everywhere. Because the movies he's been in is like The Mastermind and History of Sound, which aren't huge releases. They're kind of like art house small movies, but
ain't nobody seen them, respectfully.
Right.
Exactly. And Pedro Pascal is a movie star.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Josh is not, but
his performance was good, but to be honest, the movie just wasn't exciting. And I'm hoping the next movie he's going to be in. He has a fourth movie coming out this year. This week,
the Knives Out one, right?
Yes, Wake Up Dead Man, and I'm looking forward to that because I like the murder mystery Knives Out series.
Oh, so you gonna settle and watch it on the Netflix? You go stream it?
Well, it actually is playing in theaters. It has a limited theater release, and so I'm going to see it tomorrow.
Oh, see, okay. I was about to see if you gonna come slum it with the rest of us on the Netflix. You said no.
No. But a little bit about Rebuilding.
Yes.
It follows the character Dusty, who was a divorced girl dad. And essentially he finds himself in a situation where his ranch, he's a ranch farmer, is completely scorched and burned down, which leaves him having to live in FEMA FEMA trailers, essentially. And it's a story of someone coming to find community and essentially rebuilding his life. For me, the movie had a lot of sunsets, a lot of landscapes, a lot of like seeing countryside, and it just didn't have enough action for me. So, believe it or not, I actually dozed off in this movie, which never happened.
Not you falling asleep in the movie theater.
Exactly. So that's how I know that I was bored as hell in
crazy.
this movie. Right.
That's
But what
crazy.
did you think about this movie?
I mean, so I did see this movie. You know, it's screener season. If for anybody who is, you know, I'm a part of a number of critics groups, the African American Film Critics Association, the Gallica, the LGBTQ Critics Association, and so you know, this is the season where they're sending physical DVD screeners, because they still do that, surprise, surprise, but also sending a lot of digital links that you can, you know, just pop up on your TV or on the computer screen. And so had the opportunity to see Rebuilding, and I really was interested in it because I had heard pretty good things. It was well reviewed on Rotten Tomatoes. You mentioned Josh, who's having a year of sorts, popping up in a variety of things. And I thought the movie was fine. It was quaint. It was one of those like quiet kind of character study kind of movies where it relies so much on the lead himself. And so yeah, it was fine. Will it help me remember, you know, him from other white men? I'm not sure. But you know.
Yeah, I got a little nervous when what was it? The part where they're early in the movie where his daughter comes over and she needs Wi-Fi, and she asks if they can just ask the neighbors, and we see like the first shot of what his neighbors look like, and it's a black woman, and he makes a sly comment, very disinterested, like those aren't real neighbors, and I was like, is this going to be this type of movie? Because the neighbor was a black woman and her black child, and I was like, is this now we're already set in country Midwest, like is this going to be a racial like Eddington style movie? But turned out it wasn't, but we had a couple of black folks in this movie.
Yeah, one I will highlight. Actually, I don't even think she black. I'm gonna Google while I'm talking. But Callie Reese, who's a fairly newer actor. I forget. She played. She's actually a boxer. Her initial career, if you want to call it that, she was a boxer or a fighter of some sort. I'm looking up here. She is a former world champion in 2 weight classes, having held the WBC female middleweight title in 2016 and the WAWO and IBO female lightweight welterweight titles. Anyway, that was her initial career, but then she ended up getting into acting. She was in this film a number of years ago called Catch the Fair One, or something like that. And then she also was in this is a TV show, True Detective, Night Country. And then for that role, she got a number of, you know, award recognition. Anyway, I really like her when I see her on screen. I think she does takes really interesting choices in the work that she does. And so, she's Cape Verdean, which I believe is black.
That's African.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. I just Cape Verdean. She is of Cape Verdean heritage and is a member of the Wampanoag tribe. So get you a little
She
indigenous.
got some Indian in her, you know, like all of us down here in Black America.
Okay. Anyway, so shout out to her. I thought that she had a really notable supporting performance to your point in the
Fighter
film.
turned singer, like fighter turned actor, like rapper turned singer, like T-Pain.
Oh, sure. Okay. Sure.
Well, I guess that'll wrap up our fresh out conversation.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break, and after the jump, we're getting into eternity. So grab a snack and come on back. Eternity isn't just a comedy, it's the ultimate high-stakes romantic nightmare. You have Joan, played by Elizabeth Olsen, standing between two completely different types of love. On one side, you have Larry, played by Miles Teller, that lived in comfortable, we survive raising kids and paying mortgages intimacy. It's real, it's grounded, and it's heavy with history. Then you turn around and there's Luke, played by Callum Turner, literally frozen in time as the perfect, passionate first love. The chemistry there is electric because it's unfinished business. While Elizabeth Olsen is stressed out trying to pick out her forever plus one, our girl, the Academy Award-winning Da'Vine Joy Randolph, is clocking in as the afterlife coordinator named Anna, and sis is tired. She brings that specific, hilarious energy of a woman working customer service who absolutely does not have time for your spiritual drama.
It is what it is. Luke is hot. His eyes are bluer than the ocean. He has a better narrative.
No, he doesn't. I have a better narrative. I was married to her for 65 years, and I gave her children.
Exactly. We go with that. That's strong. There's nothing more powerful than emotional blackmail.
Right?
Good on you.
Watching Joan vibrate between the safety of the life she lived and the intoxicating what if of the life she lost, the stress of it all will have you sweating. It's messy, it's heartbreaking, and it will make you ask, is true love about time spent and reliability, or is it about the potential of the spark? Today, we're seated to discuss eternity. Okay, so Tre'vell, let's get a gauge on where we both stand on this genre. Where do you stand when it comes to romantic comedies, or rom-coms as they're known affectionately?
I love me a rom-com. I probably like rom-coms most of any movie, because I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. I know it doesn't look like that all the time, but I love with a little drizzling of laughter. What about you?
Child, of the two of us, you're the one that been locked up and shut in with your boo, so that
and
tracks.
will be and will be. Amen.
Yeah, if you would have asked me a decade ago, I probably would have had the same answer where like rom-coms were it for me. Like that's what brought me to theaters. It was the only thing I was really checking for. But over the past 10 years, really, I've developed, I think, as a movie watcher, and I like, I think dramas more, and I'm surprisingly realizing that I'm really into thrillers, which is not
Doesn't
something I would have
surprise me.
said before.
Doesn't
This is a
me.
new discovery. Like I was not someone who was drawn to thrillers previously, but I think because everything has been a dramatic thriller this year, I've been into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
I
makes
feel
sense.
I just just to do my little armchair prognosticating. I feel like. Having known this version of you, I know we met a long time ago. Whoopty whoopty whoop. I know you're gonna remind me, but having known this version of you, I feel like thrillers, dramas are exactly what I would say are your bread and butter at the movie theater. Like those ones you definitely gonna go to. I think you like to laugh. You love to laugh like everybody do. But I think when you wanna be cuddled up, okay? You wanna be swallowed, as the kids say.
Okay.
Bye.
PG.
Let me finish. but buy something that's like hearty in a theater. I think that you really appreciate that kind of experience. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Fair. Well, this is definitely one. I don't know. I think you and I talked about it when we first had like our fall movie preview conversation, where I don't think we tracked that this was a rom-com. I think we probably thought it was something different.
It's like one of those. It is very much I might call it romantic drama. Though it has some dashes of comedy, I might even just call it romantic fantasy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I did. I chuckled a lot.
Yes, me
to
too,
your
me
point.
too. Yeah. So before we get into our thoughts on the movie, of course, we got to give the director some.
Okay.
And this is a new name for me. So the director is David Freyne. And he's a director out of Ireland. He's Irish. And he's done an Australian picture before. And this seems to be the widest film he's released. So this is probably why he's just like dinging my radar. But are you familiar with him at all?
No, sorry to this man. I've never heard of him. I did try to look up, some of his previous work. 2017's The Cure, 2020's Dating Amber. Have never heard of any of these. I do know that the script for the film was on the blacklist a couple years ago. So shout out to the other writer, who's not David, Patrick Cunan.
I think so. When I saw the name, I was like Punani, but we're gonna not go.
Okay, Carol City.
I couldn't help myself.
Okay, Carol City. Okay.
But yes, Patrick Cunan.
Right, it's probably Cunan.
Yeah.
But it was not familiar at all with them. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the same for most people. This is likely everyone's introduction to his work. And it's, as I mentioned, the A24 release. So, they've been putting out quite a few films this year, and they actually put some good efforts in doing interesting marketing. So he's actually hitting folks' radar. So let's talk about our experience seeing this movie. I know this was kind of like audible for this week because we were going to possibly be discussing another movie. So I know you had to get out and see it quickly. So tell me about your movie experience.
So don't be mad at me. I already said that this is screening season, and so I received a screener of this, actually.
Oh, good. Okay.
And so I watched it in my bed on the computer.
Okay.
Well, I have a projector in my bedroom, so I still had a big screen experience, just not, with all of the other crumb snatchers sitting around me. But I was able to recline. And so I watched it by myself, because I thought that it would be the kind of movie, like a feel-good kind of movie was my expectation. And so I was like, oh, yes, I'll cuddle up in the bed to my, me and my pillow, and we'll watch it. And so it was my post-Thanksgiving, viewing since cooking for the people. What about you? I know you went to the theater.
Yes, so I'm actually really glad you saw it at home this time because I'm curious to know if this will be one of those movies that plays well at home. With us, recording for the first time at home, this will be a good litmus test, I guess. But for me, I landed in Miami on Monday and was in a theater by Tuesday.
Crazy.
But I took my friend Tracy May, she's actually visiting from Chicago. She came and spent Thanksgiving with my family, and I dragged her to the movies with me.
Of course you did.
She's not a movie person. This is the first movie she's seen since I last kidnapped her when we were both in Atlanta to see Strange World. Do you remember that movie?
No.
It was the cartoon with Jabuki and
yes.
Was Gabrielle Union the voice?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
that's
do
the last
remember
movie she saw
this.
with us.
Dennis Quaid, Gabrielle Union, Lucy Liu was a voice in this. Okay.
So that was my experience. Like, I took her, I was like, let's go see this together. It was a Tuesday night, as I mentioned. And surprisingly, the theater was pretty full. Like, there were only...
Oh, really?
Yes, I was actually surprised. I was like, this is Tuesday night before a holiday. Didn't expect that, especially for this film. So it was great to see that, like, folks were getting out to see this. And it was a nice experience. Like, she rated it a 3.6 out of 5. So she enjoyed it. So, she's not a movie person and she had a good enough time. And we laughed. The audience seemed to be really receptive to it. So, I mean, it played well, I'll say.
Okay, well, that's good because... Well, I always have thoughts, but I'll keep my top line thoughts of the film. Overall, I did enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, even I do have some consternations, which we will get to, but overall, I was like, for a kind of movie that I would like to see more of at the theaters, right? A romantic comedy, romantic drama, romantic fantasy. I thought it was fun, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
I am glad I didn't have to pay for it, but I did think it was, overall kind of fun.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah. But what your top line thoughts? You said that your friend kind of ranked it as a 3.5 and enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it overall?
Yes, I was pretty much in line with her. Like, I was satisfied. I laughed. I felt a little emotional at times. I thought it was for a Tuesday night movie, it was a decent time out.
Yeah. Okay.
Who would you say that this movie is made for? If you had to give a profile for a person that would really love this film or enjoy this film or not regret the money spent on this movie.
I think the matinee crowd will really enjoy this movie. Because of the themes that are at question, right? You have these older folks who have now died and they're their younger selves and they're thinking about lives that they weren't able to live, juxtaposed against the one that they are living. I feel like it could be particularly impactful or resonant for those folks, especially. Did you have an audience in mind when you came up with that question, though?
No, I was really just curious. That's something that I think will be a good question for us to ask every time we talk about a movie,
like
just
who's
to figure
the
out,
audience?
like who is this for? But yeah, I think the same. Like, definitely an older audience will love this, the matinee crowd for sure. I think folks who are into, like you mentioned, like the idea of a feel-good movie, a pick-me-up, if you will, would really like be into this type of vibe and beat. It's quirky, so I think folks who are probably left of center when it comes to comedy would appreciate this. There were decisions made and like character pairings that I didn't exactly expect. So yeah, I think I agree with you on your profile of who will love this movie.
Okay, then. Well, let's dive into a little bit more of our criticisms, our thoughts, our feelings about the movie in particular. I'll start with saying that for me, the best role acting, the standout performance of the film is our Oscar winner, Da'Vine Joy Randolph.
Okay, yes.
I would say a second highlight right behind her would be John Early.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. My second, I think Da'Vine Joy Randolph is absolutely kind of like the main actor pulling focus in this film. But I was also impressed by Elizabeth Olsen's work that she did in this movie. I do think that she was acting a bit above grade for what the script called for. Because I was like, I think for what she's giving, she needs a better script. Because she was really dialed into this performance in a way that like I didn't expect it. There is a moment, not to give away the film, but like she's constantly, when she comes into the story, she's constantly dealing with like the tug and pull of making a decision between one man and the other. And she does this thing that is very characteristic of like real life white women, where she just gets so exhausted by having to think about this that she falls out. And I looked at my friend and was like, she's such a white woman. Like,
well, yes.
To be so distraught by just having to be asked a question, I was like, child. But yeah, I liked her performance a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I for whatever reason, I think because I wasn't clear on what to expect from this movie, and I think the marketing around the movie was a little bit inspecific. In terms of the voice, in terms of the tone, I just didn't really know what to expect. And then when she and Josh and what's the other white man's name? Callum?
Miles Teller,
that's him. Why did I brought Josh from the first segment back into this
Josh
one.
O'Connor?
Yes.
You did say all these white men look alike.
I meant Callum and Miles Teller. Yes, those two, because that's the central threesome, if you will. I thought they were fine and they were doing the thing. But it really was Da'Vine and John when they would pop up that I was like, oh, that's the comedy, that's the pulse, if you will. Besides just the emotional weight that Elizabeth in particular, Miss WandaVision, is shouldering in the film. Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all hear a house phone in the background, it's because we are at the crib and my grandmother has a house phone. So,
These people to be fine.
Roll with us.
Shout out to the house phone with the little cord, okay? With the curly cord.
It surprised me. I was like, what is that noise?
Okay.
Like, oh, a house phone.
Okay, this is what being back home is like. This is what being back home is like. Okay, so
agree.
Go ahead.
I agree. I was going to say, I liked his performance, but he didn't have a lot to do, but he definitely, when he was in scenes, I'm talking about the other afterlife coordinators, they call themselves, with David Joy Randolph. John, yeah, he definitely brought that, as they call it, sassy comedy to the film.
We're going to talk about the sassiness. We're going to talk about the sassiness, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the sassiness.
So something I liked outside of the acting was absolutely like the idea of the afterlife and where you land in the afterlife being like a train station of sorts, where it's not as, I know when we've seen the afterlife and what is it, purgatory in other places, it seems a bit more ominous and it's darker sometimes. Yeah, but this was just like every day and kind of like almost mundane in a way, where it was like this just is an everyday experience where you're just having to figure out where you want to go next, like just buying your train. I thought that was a fun take on creating what that immediate afterlife experience was like. So,
well, I think that was one of that just concept and idea was one of the things that attracted me to the film from the trailer in the first place, is that like, oh, death, the afterlife doesn't have to be dark, right? Like your spirit, your soul, whatever, gets to continue making decisions and building and growing after it's over. Was and is kind of a fresh, if you will, take. And I also think, to that point, the set design of the afterlife, ultimately, of this train station, it is quite normal. It is quite everyday, but also more colorful or more vibrant than perhaps one would think, to your point.
And kind of a tack onto that, which may be something we get more into later, but how they depicted all of the different options that folks had for their eternity. They were like really small things often in the background of scenes that like you had to look at to pay attention to notice. And I thought some of them were so funny to me. And even like things like it going from day to night, because I don't think time exists in this space for real.
Right.
In a way that we track it on Earth, quote unquote. Like if you're watching this, I'm throwing up air quotes. And even how like the sheet would change from like a painting of night sky and painting of day sky, and then we see a girl painting like dusk, like that in between, which I thought was a cute note. So yeah, those were things that I really enjoyed about kind of like how they decided to portray the afterlife.
Yeah. One of the things, one of the scenes that stick out to me, particularly that highlights the kind of comedic tone of the film that I think they deliver and hit so well. There's this scene after Elizabeth Olsen's character comes to this afterlife train station place, where her character and Miles Teller's characters are like stretching, they're like squatting, and they're like like seeing, they're remembering being able to squat and your knees don't hurt or your back doesn't hurt. That was hilarious to me, and just super relatable, super simple, but super relatable. And I was like, oh, that is funny. That is why I'm here.
And to your point about that, we should say that a conceit of this film is the characters, essentially, when they come into this afterlife, the bodies they get put into are supposed to be when they were happiest in life. So when they die, they may have been like 80, 90, but when they return, we get like whatever that age was, which is like 30, 40 for our lead characters, which is why we have Elizabeth Olsen and Miles playing these roles. So
yeah. I also thought one thing I wanted to note, this goes back a little bit to DaVine's performance. Now, I have complications with the performance, which we will get to. She is basically just an evolved, sassy frontline worker. And I'm just going to leave that there, and we're going to come back to it in about 5 to 7 minutes, y'all. But I did want to note, in much of her performance in this film, I kept seeing Nikki Parker. Okay.
Oh.
Now, do not call me fat phobic or problematic to the people who are out there and listening. Just give me 35 seconds to explain what I'm saying. Monique, as the character Nikki Parker in The Parkers, there is a particular kind of physical comedy that she delivers in that film that relies on her facial expression, it relies on her body, it relies on how she moves and interacts in space. I just kept seeing Nikki Parker in DaVine's character in this movie. This is a positive, by the way. Okay, if I didn't make that clear, and it just, those small little things just made me go like, oh, that's an actress right there. And I think it's important to remember, right, that this is one of her first movies after winning the Oscar.
Child.
For such a heavy performance, right? Go ahead.
Because I watch a lot of movies. This is actually the third theatrical film she's had since that Oscar, and there have been choices made.
Absolutely.
But yes.
But let's go through that, because my question is always, at what point in the journey was the choice to do this movie made, right? Yeah. And what I know for sure, I looked up for this film that she, at least it was announced publicly that she was joining this movie after she won the Oscar, like a week or two after she won the Oscar. In my head, that means that you were talking about doing the movie and negotiating, and the people were doing what they were doing while the holdovers was bubbling up. You know what I mean? But I read this one article, which I think is super interesting. It's a Rolling Stones article. They interviewed DaVine. And she basically said one of the reasons that she did this movie was because she did, a couple years ago, she did a movie, some movie with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum?
Lost City.
She did The Lost City, and she said that Sandra Bullock told her on the set of The Lost City that you should always keep a romantic comedy on your filmography. And I was like, you know what? Yes, that's longevity as a career, right? Because they don't make romantic comedies a lot anymore, right? But these are the kinds of movies that everyday people will watch, that they will put on the streamer box, that they will pay. I mean, I was going to say they will pay to go to a theater, maybe not a 2-hour version, because it does not look like the box office did too much debut with this. It also went up against Wicked. So
Wicked, I was like, this is a choice.
Counter programming. Anyway, I'll stop talking about how much I enjoy DaVine. But I thought that was such an interesting character or career thing that made me be like, oh, so you just did this. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Every role don't need to knock it out the park. Sometimes you need to be Regina Hall or Regina King. I can't remember which one right now in Caught Stealing. Okay?
Regina King.
Okay.
Regina Hall is in one bed after another. So
yes, don't remind me.
Both of them are in the world right now.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, that's such a great observation. This absolutely was probably the first choice that was made in that wave, which paints a different picture for me for like how she's building her career. Because she's someone, I loved her in The Holdovers, and I was just really curious how, because with that character, it was another support character for, a white man. And I was like, okay, I'm just noticing patterns in choices that these actors make as they climb the ranks in Hollywood. So
it's also about what's available, right, and what's brought
True.
to them, and
True.
and we know historically, right, the ways that Black women, particularly Black women of size, despite how fabulous they may be, how talented and how trained they may be, as Da'Vine is, right, a certain kind of role gets brought to them, and it is often supporting. She does it well, as so many of our legends and icons have done in the past. But I do look forward to her being the star, her being the center, her being the lead.
Question for you: Does this character fall into the magical Negro trope?
Absolutely. Oh, so we going
We
deeper.
can hold it.
No.
we can go there. We ain't got to stay structured. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's go there. Let's go there because yes. It's weird because it's like the magic piece is not necessarily hoodoo, voodoo, spooky ooky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The magic is just like we live in this fantasy realm, right? Kind of energy. Not to mention, she changed her hair every scene. Which, fine. Okay. Shout out to the sisters who do that.
And it was always blonde, like a bleach blonde.
It was always bleach blonde.
Yeah.
But overall, I that is the character. And it brought me to this place where I have said before on this show that I need y'all to stop putting Black women in these roles that were written for white folk.
Yeah.
Because that's what I got from the film.
Yeah.
Because she's the only Black person.
There was no addressing her color. I don't know if in the obviously it does exist in the afterlife because they talked about one of the worlds being or I think we see one of the worlds as like a racist world or something like that. I can't remember what the name of it was, but essentially throughout the film we see these different world options that characters can pick is there for every eternity. There's Beach World. There's a really hilarious world, Studio 54 world, where what they say, the drugs are endless or something like that, something crazy. There is a man-free world, which was at capacity.
Okay, I would say sold out. Okay.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, there was never any real character choice to identify her as a Black woman or anything that she was doing that was I'm a Black woman, other than her. To be honest, there was some flamboyancy that I was is this a Black woman's flamboyancy or just humor flamboyancy? But it was never directly addressed, your point about the Nikki Parker thing. So yeah.
I think what it reminded me of, what her performance kind of reminded me of, was a little bit of how Keke Palmer's performance was in Good Fortune, where where you can tell. At least I feel, because, I'm making this all up, but it feels as if the script wasn't written with a particular specific kind of cultural competency, but the actor themselves breathes something unique, something specific into it to make it feel a little bit more lived in, a little bit more rooted. And I felt like time and time again, it felt like Da'Vine was doing that. Maybe it was on the page already. I do not know. But it felt like she was adding her own little razzle dazzle to make this more than just another sassy frontline worker, right? Another, you know what I mean? To try to transcend that kind of trope just a little bit. This does make me want to talk about the supposed kind of what's the word? Chemistry, relationship, whatever, between her and John Early's character.
Please,
what's going on?
Yeah.
Come on, Ray.
The dynamic as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is, when you put I don't know if you remember this era where white men used to always love to say that their, what was the word? Oh my God. Their spirit animal was a sassy black woman.
Yes.
Bitch.
Yes.
And it felt like we were getting kind of this volley between the two of them every time they were on screen together, where it was like, you know, he was trying to go up against her and she was kind of pushing back on him. And when the turn, to not give things away, when the turn happens in the final act with him, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
what are we doing?
What? Yeah.
But it is a kind of turn that if Davine's character was a white woman, maybe I don't think I would have, I don't think my eyebrow would have gone up, because, the let's be clear, in that case, it would represent the kind of to use community language, fag hag relationship that we often see, pop up in community. But when it becomes a black woman and a white gay man, because that's the character he plays. He plays it like an effeminate gay man, John, and he is a gay man, to be clear, in real life.
But he also plays it in the movie too, because the person he's helping, which is the Callum Turner character, there's this constant like acknowledgement of how hot he is from his character.
Absolutely.
So I'm just like confused.
And this reminds me, one thing I did want to mention that just did not make sense story-wise. John Early's character is supposed to be the afterlife companion. What's the word? Afterlife coordinator of Elizabeth Olsen's character.
Yes.
Not Callum Tatum, whatever his name is, who has been waiting on her for 67. Luke. Yes. Yeah. Who's been waiting on her for 67 years. Why you do it? You doing too much, bruh, is what I kept saying. But ultimately, this movie is too long, and I knew 45 minutes in how the movie was going to end. So that kind of okie doke they tried to pull didn't really shift you at all when the character, the new character is introduced. What's her name? Karen? Yes, the neighbor. The neighbor. Ooh, can I just note, what I do like about the story here is that you see all of these other characters and people around who the age they went back to when they died is often like 20s, 30s. For so many men, it is when they're 10 years old. So you see these 10-year-old boys in these grown man suits as they're making their decision. What I loved about the Karen character is that her happiest age was like 70-something. 72. And it turns out it's because she was a repressed lesbian. Well, yes. And like, I think there was like a sadness to that to me, where I was like, damn, it took you living for 70 years for you to be able to realize your fullest self and actually find happiness, and then have to like revert back to your reality when you had to like realize you had grandkids and stuff you had to take care of, which is what made her the miserable neighbor to them. So that was a fun like insertion of humor, I would say, but also like it complicated things in an interesting way, because she becomes like the outside character that gives perspective to Elizabeth Olsen's character, to like really realize that maybe neither one of these niggas is who you need to be with for eternity. That character gives Elizabeth Olsen's character permission to realize that there are options beyond these two men, that you can choose yourself. But for whatever reason, I pegged that she would choose herself. I guess that's a spoiler alert. Not really. But because she does choose herself, but she there's a lot going on in the movie. Let me just leave it at that. But the last thing I will say, and I've already said this before, is y'all gotta and actually let me stop myself. Because the reality is, again, these actors are playing the roles that are coming to them. Yeah. They're playing the roles that they're coming to them. And I love when I see a black person in a role that perhaps I would not expect them to be in. And this is one of those roles for DaVine, despite my my many consternations with this character in this role. And so I'm glad that it is part of her, filmography. Whereas some of her other things she has done, she probably should not have. But that's okay.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about that decision that Elizabeth Olsen's character has to make. And it really centers on like the desire to recapture this happiest moment in life. And do you think that's a healthy goal for like eternity, or is it just like another way of like refusing the afterlife or love as you are?
I don't know. That's a good question. What's your answer? What comes up for you?
It was something I was left with because I was like, after living your entire life, I felt like it felt burdensome to still have to, like, even in death, have to, one, make difficult decisions, and two, for those decisions to be tethered to a man. Like, I was like, damn, even in death, you can't, like, move on with life. I thought it was still death do us part, and then you can, go on with life. But apparently not. Like, if both these men are stuck there waiting for you, you are still at their whim. And it kind of, like, to me, it kind of sucked.
Yeah. Well, but that's also why I think I expected, because the choice that Elizabeth Olsen's character is being asked to make is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a wild choice to have to make. But I hear you, right? Because we talk so much about, like, at least, in the Black church, right? We talk about, that what they say, weeping may endure for an hour. Okay, but but to your point, we always talk about the what they say, the pearly gates of heaven and the roads lined in gold, and we won't want for anything anymore. We won't have to make any of these hard life decisions.
It's supposed to be rest.
Yeah, but there really is no God, right? Yeah. In this version of afterlife, there's just these levels of people making various decisions.
Which is actually pretty funny, too, because there's a point where Da'Vine Joy Randolph's character pulls out all the brochures of the different gods and religions. And she's like, which one are you? Pick one. And then there's actually, like, an afterlife for each of those, which was interesting. But to her character, too, like, it's revealed that, like, she made the choice of essentially working this job as a coordinator because she found purpose in working.
Right.
And I was like,
helping other people. But helping other people find their decision making, not in working. Okay, Ray? Yeah. Ray said, she wants to be mammy for the rest of eternity.
I was just like, can sister rest at any point? Like, come on. God. But we talked about this being a rom-com, or wrestled with the idea of this being a rom-com. And there haven't been movies that we could even, like, try to put into the rom-com bucket in so long.
Yeah.
What do you think people want in a rom-com in 2025?
Ooh. Well, in 2025 and 2026 and going on, right? We want rom-coms are the genre of the hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
Right? We want we want to see the possibility of love, right, on screen. The kind of love that is a little bit escapism, that is a little bit of aspiration, right? But feels good ultimately. I think the perfect rom-com is typically around 90 minutes. Okay? It's typical because you don't have to do too much. You start doing too much, and now I'm here like I was in eternity.
Yeah.
feeling like we in here for an eternity.
A tight 90 is always good for a rom-com. Yeah.
You know, and it's particularly there's an era, right, of rom-com that we all grew up on, that we love, that we don't see much good ones anymore. And so that's unfortunate, but you know, I think that's what people are looking for. And last thing I'll say, I do think the good rom-coms have high replayability. Like the comedy is so good that you will put it on the television every time you can because it's going to make you laugh every single time.
And also chemistry. Good rom-coms, the characters and the actors have such great chemistry that you want to live in that world.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about the chemistry with all these characters? Like, I know there were quite a few dynamics at play here, but how did you feel about the different chemistry playing between, say, Elizabeth Olsen and her two men and her love triangle, and then Da'Vine Joy Randolph with, I guess I would say the most she's on screen is with the Callum Turner character, Larry. So how'd you feel about chemistry with all those different folks?
You know, Miss WandaVision has them eyeballs.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I had, you know, and I think I mentioned this when we were talking about Cynthia and Wicked for Good last week, right? But the eye, for me, them eyes do something serious, okay? When you can communicate so well with your eyes and nothing else, you know? And I think she does that so well, particularly when we see the way that she's just like processing her new reality. So I thought her chemistry with the old husband, who's younger, you know, visibly at least he looks younger. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the one she actually had kids with, Larry.
No. I'm talking about Callum. Luke, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. He looks younger. She's able to capture that first love wonder with him. I feel like so really interestingly and well. But her character's chemistry with the current husband, Miles Teller's character, it's
Larry.
Different. But I think it's purposefully different.
Yeah.
You know?
It's more lived in, and like they're so familiar with each other because they had so much time together.
Yeah. The chemistry between everybody else, to be quite honest, you know,
Something I was on the fence about whether I liked or didn't like, I can't really decide, was how they portrayed their past lives. Like one of the elements they have is that archive where they get to walk into like this tunnel and see different moments of their lives play out. And one of the things, the way they chose to portray these is like through what felt like really cheap stage moments where it's like you're not really seeing a recreation of the scene in real life. You're just seeing the two characters and like wooden things around them to look like
you
what
didn't like
the environment was. I can't decide if it felt like a cheap production choice or if it was an artistic choice. I think that's what I was wrestling with. I was like, did y'all do this to save money so you ain't got to go and actually shoot these and create all these different scenes? Or was this like an artistic thing where we really wanted to create like this like puppet show of sorts of these scenes? So like, it was something that caught my eye, but I'm on the fence about whether or not I liked it or not.
Yeah, I liked it overall, and I'll keep this quick because I know we got to move on. I liked it overall because I felt like, in theory, when you die and you're going through the memories of your life, they will come up as specific highlights. They'll come up as snapshots, right? It won't show the preceding
the details
incident.
don't matter.
Yeah, it won't show the preceding incident and the ending incident. It'll just show the core incident, right? Which was the, you know, the proposal, the kiss, you know, the birth, you know, and so it felt like it it fit within this world of possibility where there's this space, no matter which eternity you choose, there's this archive museum or whatever that you can go to and literally walk down memory lane.
Walk down memory
you
lane.
know? And so overall I was like, oh, that's again an interesting concept to this idea of like, you know, these memories that we have and what life beyond, you know, looks like. But it's a lot to discuss in this movie. You mentioned earlier how it's like just high concept, and I agree with that. But I think the concept is so high they thought they needed to add an extra 30 minutes, and they could have chopped it up.
Well, speaking of chopping it up, I have enjoyed hearing your reaction to this movie. And as we close the conversation, I do want to ask you a thing or two.
Okay.
Based on this film. So if you had to choose at this point in your life, you wake up tomorrow and time is up, what would your afterlife be? And at what age would your body be present in?
I feel like I would stay the age I am currently. Like if it was up right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like I would probably be somewhere around maybe like 2 to 3 years ago. You know, because the political landscape right now is whoo. Okay, yeah, but maybe 2 to 3 years ago, before the pendulum swung, I feel like was my happiest, my freest. Yeah, I would just hate to be the little boy in a big old grown up outfit, you know, that you have lived all of this life and the happiest you were was when you were 10. Crazy. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. But I know, you know, we all working through what we working through. Okay, this is why you should go to therapy. Okay. Yes. What about for you? What age do you think you would go back to?
I think for me, the age currently will probably be around like 25, 26.
Okay,
those
that's cute.
Some, like really colorful,
20s,
transitional, fun year for me. And not just because it was 20s, but just because of like the experiences I was able to have then, kind of like the realizations that I have. This was around the time of Beyonce's Formation World Tour, which was such a great memory for me.
Oh, okay. Going down memory lane. See, this is, you'd be in the archives, okay?
Yes,
and a fake Beyonce would come down, okay? Yes. You'd eat it up if you could do that every day. If you could go revisit that every day.
You're right about it. So what eternity would you choose? Like, what is your afterlife?
Oh, I probably would try to finagle my way into the no men's land. You know what I mean? I know it was at capacity. Either that or some sort of like, you know, trans utopia. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see one of them in the movie, but I imagine there's an option for the dolls and everyone else as well. The dolls and the boys. What about you? You choosing 50 Studio 54?
No, because, you know, I don't really be on that snuff, and I'm not a party girl. So,
well, you know, it's the afterlife. You could be whatever you want to be.
Did you see the moment in the scene where I guess a man chose Museum World and he was like, "Don't go there, it's so fucking boring." Yeah. They were dragging him out. To that point, I would probably be somewhere like a Movie World or somewhere that allows me to watch movies.
You would be
like,
in Movie World.
Bring the family, because it's a place where people gather, so I know I'm going to encounter people across that. So that would be me.
That sounds very you. Okay, that's cute. That was a cute question. Okay, that was a cute question. All right, let's get to our seated, skip it, or stream it for this here film. Where are you?
I think this might be for me. I'm going to go with stream it, honestly. I think this will actually be one folks can watch on streaming. Unless you're, you know, want to see a matinee like Tre'vell said earlier, but I'm going to stick sturdy to stream it. What about you?
Yeah. I'm going to say stream it. I'm going to say stream it.
Okay.
Because I did enjoy it overall. It, however, does not live up to my romantic comedy, you know, aspirations and desires. Same. you know, if this movie was on, you know, TBS or TNT, I would not. Do those
channels exist anymore?
Yes, they do, I think.
Oh, wow.
But I would not stop You know what I mean? If this movie were on. But I would stop if, for example, Miss Congeniality was on.
Yes.
And so that's how I'm coming down on this.
Nice.
So we've got two streamings.
Yes. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. So let's find out what people are thinking so far. I mean, the movie's been out for a weekend, so we have a pretty sturdy idea of their ratings. What's the tomato meter giving?
Okay, so the tomato meter this week for Eternity, it is at about 77%. Okay, that's with 79 critics giving it fresh ratings versus 24 giving it rotten. So that positive.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what
higher
I'd
than
say.
70%, I think, is a positive. And then the popcorn meter with over 100 verified ratings. The popcorn meter, so this is the audience. The audience is 10 percentage points higher at 87%. So that means the audiences is liking it.
People are into it,
You know, I do think that if you happen to not be black, you might enjoy it a little bit more than we did.
Yeah. Same.
No shade.
Same. This wasn't exactly one made for us.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad DaVine got a job, but this wasn't, and that's okay. That's okay. It is now time for our Black Critic Spotlight. This might be my favorite segment.
You know, I do love it. I love reading up because, for me, criticism, it just reframes and gives different perspectives. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And we don't always have to agree with the people and their takes and stuff like that. But, just want to shout out to folks. And so happy that we can shout out this week Kathia Woods, who is one of my good Judies from NABJ, from AFCA, all kinds of different things. On her own website, cupofsoulshow.com. That's cupofsoulshow.com. She rated the film 7 out of 10 stars. So on the same level with the tomato meter. And she says, quote, audiences currently are yearning for feel-good films with lighthearted themes, and Eternity fits that mold. It's witty and has a heartfelt message. Yeah. Agreed.
With it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, all right. Well, there you have it. We've gotten our tomato meter, our popcorn meter, and our Black Critic Spotlight tapping in. And we're going to take a quick break and come back with the Black Cinema Game.
Yes, I'm getting my lips oiled up right now so I can be ready. Let's do it.
Yes. Back again. And now it's time for my favorite segment this week and every week, Black Cinema Game.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew.
So this week, we're going to actually introduce something new, which I have not told Tre'vell about.
Hold on. Stop the presses now.
Yes. So I'm calling this game 5 on It, in the vein of I got 5 on it, Yeah.
Yes.
So the idea is that you have to name 5 movies in 5 categories related to today's movie, Eternity, starring our girl, Da'Vine Joy Randolph. So, makes sense?
5 movies in 5 categories. All of these movies star Da'Vine.
No, there's some relation to either the movie Eternity or our girl, Da'Vine Joy Randolph.
Okay.
Yes. And 5 plus 5 equals what?
10.
And that's how many seconds you got to answer these questions this week. So we're timing it.
Not I got a time. Okay, fine.
Yes.
I will keep it tight, boss, okay?
We're doing 5 rounds, and each round is worth 1 point. And there are no bonus rounds this time.
Okay.
But I think it'll flow pretty well for you.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, we're playing 5 on it, and you have to name 5 movies in each category. Starting with your first category, and the category is name 5 black rom-coms. Starting out easy, just 5, and you got 10 seconds.
5 black rom-coms. Oh, coms? Last Holiday. Something New. Brown Sugar, is that comedy? Fat Girls
4,
with Monique.
3.
I don't know.
All right, well, we're going to keep it moving. You're doing the best you can with what you got.
So wait. Even though I got 4, Of the
The
five.
name of the game is 5 on it.
Wow.
You got to get them 5.
Wow, this is racist. This is racist. This is not CP time competent. Okay, fine. Dang. Okay.
All right. Round 2, we're playing 5 on it. You have to name 5 movies in this category, and you have 10 seconds.
Okay.
You need more time? Because we can work with you. If
No.
this is-
I'm a try.
Because that first round was the easy round.
I know. You know me, my over here tried so hard. Okay.
I was like, surely they will get this, but all right.
I know. I was close though. I was close. I short circuited. Anyway, okay. Five movies in the genre.
Yes. Your next round, we're naming 5 movies starring Da'Vine Joy Randolph starting now.
Dolomite Is My Name. The Holdovers. The Lost City. Movies.
2,
So
1.
the one with Kerry Washington from earlier this year, Shadow Force.
Yes. Okay, keep going. Let's keep going.
Wait, I got 4. I don't know nothing
got
else
4.
what this beloved has been in. Oh, wasn't she in what's it called? With Sanaa Lathan on the come up.
She wasn't on the come up, yeah. All right, you got 5.
Okay.
Other ones you didn't name. Did you name Rustin?
I did not. Who was she in Rust? Oh, she was Mahalia Jackson in Rustin.
Rustin. She was in Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. She was in The United States versus Billie Holiday. Lee
She
Daniels
was
movie.
in that as well. I forgot about that.
And she was also in Bride Hard, which came out earlier this year, which would not recommend.
I saw it on a Delta flight. Very upset.
Yes.
Very upset.
Can't believe that went to theaters over
Okay.
G20.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
Okay.
still pissed off about G20.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. So
Thank you for giving me
round-
those extra 3 seconds. I really appreciate you.
I knew if you just had a couple more seconds, you could get that one. 10 seconds is a bit aggressive. All right.
Oh, God.
All right. Round 3.
Yes, round 3.
Name 5 Black Best Supporting Actress Oscar winners.
Oh, yeah. Oh, go. Da'Vine Joy Randolph, Octavia
Okay.
Spencer, Viola Davis, Hattie McDaniel.
The first.
Angela Bassett. Was she lead?
She didn't win.
No, but she did win. Was she nominated for Black Panther?
She was nominated, but she didn't win.
Oh, dang. But it was also lead, right? It wasn't support.
Yeah,
It wasn't
she
supporting.
did get an honorary Oscar. So yeah.
Supporting Black
You
women.
mentioned her earlier.
Ariana DeBose, or was she lead?
Yes. You got this. She was supporting, but I
Okay.
just knew you were gonna say Regina King since we just talked about her.
Oh,
but yes.
Listen, y'all. Listen, because can I say this real quick? Because I saw this in a comment on the Instagram. Somebody was not on Instagram, on YouTube. Somebody was like, "Oh my God, I did so much better." Listen, when you are here and the lights is on you,
in the moment.
y'all see this sweat on my forehead? Okay, come on now.
So other actresses, Whoopi Goldberg,
Duh.
Jennifer Hudson, Monique, Lupita Nyong'o, Viola Davis. Yeah. Yes, but you're doing good. You're still doing good. All right, ready for round 4?
Yes, I'm so exhausted, but yes.
This should be this would be easy for me because I see so many movies. But I think this should be easy for you because we've talked about a lot of the films mentioned on this list.
Oh no, you set
All right.
me up.
Round 4, you're naming 5 films in the category.
Mm-hmm.
Name 5 movies with Black leads released in 2025.
Oh.
And leads, we can be generous. It can be supporting roles as long as they made the movie poster.
Oh, okay. Sinners, G20, Shadow Force.
Okay.
What?
G20 wasn't theatrical, but I give it to you. Go ahead.
Fine. Okay, Shadow Force. Lurker. Is he black?
Lurker, he is black, yes. I love that movie.
The Long Walk. There was one
Wow.
black lead.
You did some interesting pulls. I did not expect you to go this round.
Because you
I didn't expect Lurker or...
you thought I was gonna say Taraji P. Henson and Tyler Perry Straw.
That wasn't in theater, so I knew
you're right.
You knew better than that. But some of my favorite black films that were released
Yes.
this year, films with black leads that were released this year, were The Woman in the Yard with my girl Danielle Deadweiler.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah.
She also had 40 Acres, which
Yes,
also came
also
out
didn't
this
see
year.
that. Too spooky oogie.
Highest to Lowest, which
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened. Him, One Battle After Another, The
wow.
Smashing Machine, After the Hunt,
all the
Opus,
movies that we reviewed on this here
Hard
podcast.
Truths, that qualifies. It was a re-release, and of course, One of Them Days.
Oh, it's just one of them days.
Yes.
Which I love that movie. Okay, you want to
Yes,
talk
same.
about a good comedy? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Brooklyn too. I can't forget my man.
Oh, Andre.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have one round left. How you feeling?
Okay, one round to go. I'm gonna
Yes.
finish this in under 10 seconds. Watch me.
Oh.
Watch
I
me
don't know now.
work.
I don't know. This feels like it may be the hardest.
Oh, see, because you be setting
category
me
of-
up. That's all right.
All right, so we're playing 5 on it, and we're naming 5 films per category. And in this category, we're being asked to name 5 black films released by A24 this year, or 5 black films released by A24. Period.
Period. Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't know. Moonlight.
1.
A24 black. The Smashing Machine. Wasn't that A24?
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah.
He is black. Okay. A24 black movies. Oh, did they do Honk for Jesus? No.
I don't think that was them. No.
Oh, dang.
We just mentioned 2 of these movies. I'm surprised you.
Did we? Oh,
Yes.
one of them Danielle Deadweiler movies.
No.
No. Dang. I
only
don't.
got 2
I
on
don't.
the board.
Lurker. Lurker's not there. Lurker's neon.
No.
Yeah, I lost. It's okay. Hang it up. It's okay.
So the black films from A24 are All Dirt Road's Taste of Salt.
Yes, with
they had
Tiana
black
Taylor.
leads, black writer, black director.
Yes.
We had Highest to Lowest, which, lead, writer, director.
Oh, that was A24. Dang.
Yes. We had I Saw the TV Glow with
Justice. I love that
Yeah.
movie. Oh, yes.
You mentioned Moonlight, another one, technically not theatrical, but I still consider it one. Native Son. It was released on HBO.
With Ashton Sanders. Yes.
Yes, of course. Another one is On Becoming a Guinea File, which is a British film, but yes, black lead, black writer, black
There
director.
is a black lead on that. Yeah.
Opus was A24. That was one we mentioned earlier too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our fave, Sing Sing with Coleman Domingo.
Oh, that was A24. Listen, shout out to A24. But
There are a few more though. We have more. We have Talk to Me. Do you remember Talk to Me?
No.
The horror film?
no,
Yeah.
probably because
yes,
it's
that's
horror.
one. The Front Room with Brandy.
Yes,
That was
I
one.
saw that on the HBO.
Yes. So we had a screening for this one with NABJ. It was The Inspection.
Oh
director,
yes, with
Elegance Bratton.
Elegance Bratton and
Yep.
Jeremy Pope.
Yep. They also have The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh
which-
yes, with that man. Yes, so good. So what you're trying to say is I should have done better than what I did. Okay, you didn't have to go through all of those.
Oh, we got 2 more just since we here.
Oh, that's crazy. Y'all see how you do me? Oh, Waves with
and
Kelvin.
Zola.
And
Yes.
Zola, yes. Taylor
Yeah,
Page,
so-
Janiska Bravo, yes.
Yeah, A24 be out here. You
I've
know,
seen
they
a
be
lot of their
doing some
movies,
things.
but
Yeah,
but
of
I'm
course.
old, y'all. Okay, and my memory, my recall be a little slow. You know,
But this was a fun
This
game.
was fun.
You got what? 2 points?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. You don't have to put this one on the screen at all. They don't need to know.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's Black Cinema Games. Let us know how you did in the comments below.
Yes.
And yeah, tell us your favorite film with a black lead that we should dissect.
Yes, because you know we should say, right, 2026 will be here before we know it. I'm sure we would love some ideas and suggestions from you all of episodes, special episodes, unique episodes, just movies that you see coming down the pipeline, or maybe the movie already came out and it came out before we started, but you would like to hear our wonderful thoughts about, say, Sinners, for example. Let us know in the comments, okay? Because we got them. Okay.
Oh, and since we here, Tre'vell, we haven't talked about this, but I figure I'll just ask you since we on camera. A few people have asked me about a Christmas episode, and I'm like,
Done. I love
should we
Christmas
get into
movies.
that?
I love Christmas
All right.
movies.
Well, look out on our social media because I think what we'll do is we'll poll the audience and ask them what their favorite Christmas movies are, and we'll take theirs and share ours for a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, that works out.
I love
Fabulous.
that. Yes. Feliz Navidad. Okay. All right. Let's get into our good vibes only so we can get out of here for the day. These are our recommendations for you all to keep your vibes on the up and up. Ray, what is your recommendation this week?
So, as you all know, I typically come here with DJ set YouTube vibe, and I'm back again this year again, or this week again, because Thanksgiving just happened, and I'm usually the one in charge of like creating the vibes. And what I want to recommend this week is another YouTube page, and it's from a dear friend of mine. I've mentioned her on the show before, and her name is Hourglass. She's a DJ, and she just started putting her music on her YouTube, and she put up this great set list about 2 weeks ago. So find her on YouTube. It's at DJ Hourglass, and that's going to be my good vibe for this week. What about you, Tre'vell?
Okay, cute. I need to check her out. I do be watching them little YouTube DJs YouTube, and we had some videos on for Thanksgiving as well. So I need to add her to the queue. My recommendation is going to be a film recommendation for you all this week. Y'all know I try to bring you stuff that I feel like is connected to the text of the episode. And so for this recommendation, I'm going to suggest you check out the 2020 animated comedy fantasy drama, Soul.
Oh,
the Pixar movie.
Yes.
You know, it's about this pianist, this jazz musician who falls into a coma. So to me, that gave very afterlife tease.
Afterlife, yeah.
And then he has to basically reunite his soul and his body before this big performance. It's a beautiful movie voiced by Jamie Foxx is in it. Felicia Rashad is in it. A number of white people as well. And then it was co-directed by Kemp Powers, Black man. The score, if I'm not mistaken, was done by a Black man. John Batiste is involved with it. It's just a really great, beautiful movie. It's one of those movies that remind you of the golden era of Pixar movies. And this happens to have Black folks and jazz music all up and through it. And so that would be my recommendation for this week. I believe it won an Oscar or two. It was definitely nominated, but I believe it won, if that is something that you all like, and what you all. It was nominated. Here it is. It was nominated for Best Sound, and it won Best Animated Feature and Best Original Score.
Yes. Yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites, and it's one that I watched at Christmas with my family, so I'm going to revisit that this year since
it's a cute movie.
I am home. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Join us next week, and we're going to be talking about the next box office hit. We haven't decided what that is yet, but we will be here and we will be seated.
Yes, we
will.
will.
But as for this week, we are going up. Well, no, we ain't going up yonder.
I'm about to say, hold on now. Hold on now. Pump the brakes.
But catch us next week.
Okay, yes. Catch us next week. Talk to y'all later.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like and tap that subscribe button. And if you're listening, give us a 5-star rating, because we are a 5-star show. We are a 5-star show. And review us in your podcast app or wherever you're tapping in today. It'll really help folks find us as we grow. Seated is an independently funded production, and your support can help us go further. Consider becoming a card-carrying member of the Seated Movie Club at seatedshow.com/join, where we'll be bringing you more of this popcorn-worthy content, special events, and more. And how do we do all that we do? Well, you know it's not by ourselves. Our theme music was created by Buckrow and animation by Jung Adi, with creative consulting by Jade Fox and publicity support by House of Heralds. This week's episode was edited by me, Ray Love Jr. Seated is a co-production of Slay John and 5011 Media. It's hosted and produced by Tre'vell Anderson and Ray Love Jr. and filmed on location at the Walgood Yard. See you at the movies. Holla!